Hey guys, Genevieve here. We are having a new moon in the sign of Aries on Friday. This is going to be early Friday morning here on the East Coast at 7:52 a.m. And that is April 17th. Now we already know a new moon means the sun and the moon are both in the same sign. My oil blend that I have made for this special occasion, which occurs every year, is my Phoenix blend because Phoenix represents the power of fire to transform and burn away the old and bring on new beginnings. And that is what Aries season is all about. But I gotta tell you something. This isn't just the sun and moon in Aries. Almost everything going on in this chart is Aries energy. All right. We have 18 aspects to fire, all Aries. Only 1 to air, 3 to earth, and 5 to water. Okay, so this is going to feel like I said about spring. This is going to feel as fiery, as Aries, as springy as possible. Okay, you look at that chart, you're going to see that it's all mostly positive stuff going on too. So this is going to feel very good. We're going to have a lot of energy. We are going to have a lot of drive. We are going to be getting stuff done, checking off our list. We might be knocking some people over in the way though, if they are a little bit too slow moving or a little more timid than we are. So I'm going to dive right into this. Oh, the body parts that are associated with the Aries energy: your head, your teeth, your tongue, also your blood arteries, your gallbladder, and if you happen to be one of those humans that are born with one, penis. So just be careful of all of those areas of your body. Make sure to protect against injury, accident, all of that stuff. So let's dive in. Oh, and all the planets are direct. That we only have one retrograde, and that's in a very minor influence. Excuse me. Yeah, these allergies are still going. Sorry, guys. But anyway, I mentioned the sun's in Aries, moon's in Aries, Mercury also in Aries, Venus is in Taurus, Mars is in Aries, Jupiter's in Cancer, Saturn is in Aries, Uranus is in Taurus, Neptune, Aries, Pluto, Aquarius. And then we do have those minor influences. Lilith is in Sagittarius, another fire sign. And then Chiron is still in Aries. So, again, this is a highly positive, active new moon. All Aries fire energy. Now, sorry. We talked about this before. A new moon means the sun and the moon are conjunct or right next to each other, but basically like right on top of each other. So this is quick acting, problem solving energy. We want to slow down though to not make mistakes and watch out for impatience and irritability. Okay. If we are the ones, most of us are going to be feeling this. Most of us are going to be wanting to go, 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 go. Some people are just going to be standing back and watching and really, again, either they're a more timid type, or they're a little bit like confused by all the extra bursts of action. If that's you, you might want to stay out of everybody else's way at this time. Now, there is a square with Pluto, so this is honestly really the biggest, if not the only challenging aspect of the chart, and that's cool. We're getting it out of the way right away. This could bring power struggles due to the assertive nature of these placements, okay? Watch out for forcing your will onto others. Work on letting go of the need to control or manipulate situations to your will. This energy is not for the timid, like I was just saying. Do not become a victim. Okay, like I said, if you're one of the more timid ones, do not become a victim and let others bulldoze over you. Misunderstandings can occur if we are trying to present ourselves as something that we're not. So just be yourself. There is a tendency with Aries energy to be a little show off, a little over the top, a little kind of like, look at me, I'm badder than you are, and I mean, it's just like resist that, okay? We are little baddies from time to time. So now our moon is in Aries. This also may cause us to feel as we must rush to meet invisible deadlines. Slow down, okay? Everything will get done with less mistakes that way. It might not happen as quickly, but you know what? You want it done right, you got to slow down a little bit. If you're hoping for a peaceful weekend, though, since this new moon falls on Friday, it's not likely. Aries moon energy gets bored very easily, so they will stir up drama. This energy will cause some people to stir up drama just for the entertainment value. Don't burn out. Don't let yourself burn out, okay? But if you do, it won't take long for you to recharge your batteries under this energy. Watch your temper, though. Again, watch your temper. Now, Moon is square Pluto. This is the second biggest challenge of this chart, this new moon. But emotional growth can occur here, especially around situations involving a changing family dynamic, all right? Emotional intensity may lead some to feel a little vulnerable. Just, again, new moons are a great time to sage, to diffuse, to meditate. So do that if you're feeling like burnout or overwhelmed. Mercury, our planet of communication, is also in Aries. So again, this is going to give us quick thinking, speaking, acting. New ideas are communicated through excitement and adventure, but sometimes without thought to consequences. To, again, the more sensitive or timid personalities, okay? They can be confused, maybe even a little offended by some of this over the top, little bossiness. Just read the room, all right? When you're going in, you get ready to do some big and bold, just make sure you're doing it with the right audience, okay? Yeah. Mercury is conjunct Mars. So, again, this is that quick thinking, good-natured, joking energy, lively debate. It was highlighted. So, actors, comedians, those careers are highlighted. Games involving fast-paced activity or mental strategy are highlighted under the Aries new moon. We are discussing and excited about some bold ideas right now at this time, guys, okay? And then Mercury is also conjunct Saturn. So this kind of brings some balance to that last aspect by bringing some discipline, structure, and caution to our communication. That's going to help kind of temper some of that brashness. And then Mercury is sextile Uranus. So this is leading our intuition to guide our quick mental decision making at this time. Okay, that's a very good positive aspect. It is also conjunct Neptune. So we may easily lose focus, as we may want to focus on the meaning of our dreams, symbolism at this time, things going on around us. But with a sextile with Pluto, our intuition and our perception help us communicate with authority, intensity, and help sway others to our way of thinking. So, it's all right to dream, study, think about, but planets, write it down and do some practical stuff to get that stuff going. Now, Venus is in Taurus. Venus actually loves being in Taurus in this placement because it's sensual, nurturing, somewhat materialistic Taurus, right? Pampering pleasures, sensual and physical connection are definitely highlighted. And although there are no major aspects to Venus, this does highlight the romantic vibe, okay, at this time. That's the romantic vibe that's going on now. Basically, Venus is the love planet, right? And it is really in its element in feminine earth sign, Taurus, right? And then we are jumping into Mars in Aries. Well, Mars is the ruler of Aries, so it is also right at home where in this placement as well. This actually energy with Venus being in Taurus, Mars being in Aries, it's going to really help kind of balance male-female relationships at this time, which is nice. It's much needed. So passion planet is Mars, fire, right? So this is bold, direct planet of passion, action, and expression. So the time for waiting and planning is over. We said, spring has sprung last time. Well, with this Aries new moon, spring is definitely here. So waiting, planning is over. It is time to act. Watch out though, all of us may come across as pushier, more argumentative than usual. So just watch out if you catch yourself getting kind of pulled in or caught up into that. Just breathe and take a step back. Now, there is a conjunction here with Saturn, which is going to help with that because it's discipline, serious action, and organizational skills are highlighted. So this helps us to stay calm and avoid unnecessary risks because honestly, Mars in Aries really is a risk taker. And it's also conjunct Neptune. So careers in artistic fields, filmmaking, even humanitarian work is highlighted. We are driven by our ideals at this time and spiritual callings. And then there is a sextile with Pluto. So this positive influence helps us stay focused, engaged, producing results through steady effort and determination. Jupiter is still in Cancer. Remember, again, these outer planets, they're where they're at. They're going to stay there for a while. So this is nurturing healthy relationships are highlighted, but it is possible for some of us to overwork our people-pleasing tendencies. So just watch out for that. Don't do it. But there are no major aspects of Jupiter at this time. And then Saturn is in Aries. Again, so much Aries. So little time, really. That's what Aries energy feels like. There's not enough time in a day. We need 30 hours to do the things we have 24 hours to do. That is kind of what is kind of pushing us right now. So with Saturn and Aries, we may struggle with asserting our opinions, our expertise, because Saturn is kind of cool, thinking, level-headed disciplines. So if that's you, work on confidence building activities, okay? But Saturn is conjunct Neptune, so this is also wants to help us balance our fantasy and imagination with clarity on how to make all that become a reality. So it's still a challenge. It's a little bit of a challenge, but you wanted to try to dedicate, if that's you, if you have a lot of imagination, a lot of fantasy, a lot of creativity that you just can't get clear on, just start doing, right? At least 1 to 2 hours a day. If that's all you can fit in, that's it, of effort and practice in those areas will definitely increase your luck and skill and therefore kind of, make those dreams into your reality. And then we have Saturn sextile Pluto. So this is our strong ambition gets a boost to long-term security through responsibility, ethical leadership, and meaningful work. Again, we talked about this aspect before. We still have that support for that. Uranus is in Taurus, so it's still shaking up the apple cart, forcing change, needed change, certainly. But it is sextile Neptune, so we are striving toward building a more meaningful life with a boost from one of the most positive aspects of this new moon is Uranus trine Pluto. This is a highly positive aspect. It wants us to build a better community around us and transform our world in positive ways. And we have the energy and the drive now to do that. Now, Neptune being in Aries, this is idealistic courage and desire to fight for a good cause for humanity. This is the hallmark of this generational placement. Remember, these outer planets, they are generational influences. So the challenge really is to stay grounded, work to stay grounded and balanced so as to avoid misguided crusades, okay? That's the one thing, and we're seeing a lot of that around us too. Those people, they need to be reined in somehow, right? But Neptune is sextile Pluto, so again, service to others through art, through spirituality, through alternative healing practices is highlighted. So, as I mentioned before, the majority of the activity with this new moon is in the first and second houses. It's pretty much all Aries, a little bit of Taurus, and you know, one little Aquarius, couple little Aquarius aspects out there. That's about it. So, the first house, and I've mentioned this before, is all about self, ego, and identity. Okay, so again, with Aries being in like fire, that's where our work is being done. And then the second house is basically our finances, material assets, possessions, and our core values. Okay, this is where we are doing most of the work, inner work stuff, right? We can help community and everybody else around us by doing the inner work on ourselves first. And that's what I got. So I will be sharing these charts with you, as I always do, in the comments, in my private group, right? But again, this is going to be on YouTube. This is going directly to my website, and this is just now in my private group, since I no longer have Instagram and I no longer have TikTok. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. I'm recording this on Tuesday. So we've still got a few more days until we feel that new moon. We're still in a Pisces moon right now. But yeah, enjoy it. Have a great weekend. Work the best with this energy and take time to just kind of rest so you don't overdo it and you don't hurt yourself. Okay? Take care. Bless be. Namaste.